Hello, what's up everyone? My name is Ryan. I'm about to head off to Tokyo Disneyland. I'll also be dropping some tips and tricks on things you might want to know before coming to Tokyo Disneyland, so definitely be sure to stick around for those. So it'll take me about an hour to get there. The park opens at 9. So I think it is time for me to get going. Have made it to Disneyland. This is the entrance right here. I have my ticket, which I printed out.
I'm an old person.
A lot of people have it on their phones, so I think if you want to go that route, then it might be better. There are actually a lot of people here right now, but this is a Tuesday, so this is going to be way less than what you would expect on the weekends and holidays. So I think that is the very first tip about coming to Disneyland here. It's to avoid the weekends and holidays because Disneyland is known to be very, very busy and crowded on those days. So if you're able to come on a weekday from like Tuesday to Thursday, then that'd be the best time. So currently we are at our first spot, which is Sweetheart Cafe. And it is basically right around the corner as you come in the entrance underneath the archway. This cafe, it has a lot of, I guess, character-shaped breads. So first off, this is the Wazowski-shaped melon bread. And if you guys never had melon bread before, it doesn't actually have any melon in it. It is just a nice, soft, fluffy bread with a sugary, crunchy coating on top, which is what the, I guess, eyeball is here. Okay, wow, so the melon bread actually smells a lot like honeydew, which I was not expecting at all because most melon pan aren't flavored. It's just regular bread dough, but maybe this will be different. Okay, yeah, so this bread is definitely melon flavored. Very soft, very light, very airy, and I actually really like the melon flavor in this. And then the topping here isn't very crunchy, but it's still really good. The dark eyeball part is chocolate, and I think the white part is just regular sugar. But overall, the bread is really good. It has a really nice, soft, airy texture to it, and has really good melon flavor. Definitely recommend getting this. And then next up is this bone-shaped bread. I don't actually know what it is, but it said it was a rice bread. I've never had a rice bread, and this is filled with red bean paste. So I'm excited to try this. It feels really soft, so I'm hoping that it is very good. Okay, so the rice bread is very standard. I don't really know what the benefit of the rice flour is. Maybe it's gluten-free. Don't quote me on that. You should check first. But it tastes like a very standard soft bread with a sweet red bean filling in it. I feel like you can get this at anywhere. It doesn't have to be specific to Disneyland. So yeah, I would probably skip this, but I would definitely go for the melon bread if you're here. We are off to a great start in the day by uploading. Now let's head off to the next destination. We are currently at the second location, which is Plasma Ray's Diner. It's conveniently located right across from Sweetheart Diner. So after you get your bread, you can come here for actual food. So this is what I got here. This is the special drink that they have going right now for Halloween. This is a grape and I think sherbet sparkling drink. These are the iconic green alien mochis. There are 3 flavors here. There's chocolate, vanilla, and custard. And then this is a fried chicken Chinese bun, which is in the shape of Mickey's hand. And then the fried chicken is inside with some sauce. And then that comes with a side of fruit and then also some shrimp. Let's try the jelly drink first. Okay, it's pretty good. I think it is basically just like a grape soda with grape jelly at the bottom of it. It's pretty sweet, but also has a really nice tart flavor to it. Really strong grape flavor though, so if you like grape, this is good for you. Now let's try the Chinese bun. So I'm actually pretty surprised by how good this bun is. The bun is really soft, fluffy, slightly sweet. The chicken is still pretty crispy. The meat is really tender and really juicy. I think they use thigh meat here, so that's pretty good. And the sauce is like some kind of sweet, sour, tangy sauce in it. I don't usually like sauce on my things, but I think this works pretty well with the whole sandwich. Overall, it's a really nice sandwich. I would definitely recommend getting this if you're ever by the diner. Now on to the most exciting item, the green alien mochis. There are 3 different flavors here. There's strawberry, there's chocolate, and then there's the plain custard one. You can sort of guess what flavor it is by looking at the bottom of them. From this one, you can probably tell this is going to be chocolate. And then this one here is most likely going to be custard. So let's start off with the strawberry flavored one. So these green alien dumplings is what it's called. So the outside is like a really chewy mochi shell. And then the inside of this is kind of like a strawberry yogurt flavored thing. It's not like the fresh mochi that you can get here, which is usually pretty soft. This actually has a really nice chew to it. And then the filling, it's not too sweet either. It has a really strong strawberry flavor to it. It's slightly tangy, so it's also really nice. And let's try the chocolate one next. So for this one, same chewy outer mochi shell. And then the inside is like a dark chocolate pudding flavor. It's not too sweet and has really nice deep chocolate flavor to it. It's good. Here is the custard one. There's a really nice, sweet, thick, creamy custard instead of this one. I think this one is probably actually my least favorite though. I really like the strawberry one. That's probably my top ranking one. And then the chocolate, and then probably the custard last. So I am done eating my breakfast now. I guess I'll walk around a bit, see what else I can find to eat next. So next stop on this food tour is the Galactic Pizza Port. It's right around the corner from Plasma Ray's Cafe, and they mainly sell pizzas and calzones here. And there's also some drinks, so I got a Baymax drink, which is basically just a ramen flavored soda with a whipped cream topping on top. Let's give this a try. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, honestly, it tastes like Ramune. It's slightly citrusy, and I think the whipped cream adds a really nice creaminess to it, even though there isn't very much whipped cream in it. After mixing it together, it's really good. Sweet, it's refreshing. There's some Pop Rocks in here, and then there's also some kind of like mango jellies at the bottom, and there's also some Ramune flavored jelly as well. So there's some textural contrast in here, and then the flavor is really nice. I recommend this one, it's really good. And then I guess another tip that I had for Disneyland is that there are different kind of tickets that you can buy throughout the day. So sometimes there are kind of like limited entry tickets, and they start opening the park for you at 10:30 a.m. which is going to be like $5 cheaper than the normal price ticket, which lets you enter at 9 a.m. And then there are also cheaper days throughout the month that are going to be less expensive than like holidays or regular days. So I came out on Tuesday, which was 7,900 yen. But usually on weekdays, it's like 840 yen. And then on weekends or holidays, it can be above 9,000 yen. So yeah, you should definitely look out to see which ones are the cheapest during your trip here. And then you can also check to see if you're okay getting a limited entry ticket, which is starting at 10:30 a.m. Or you can also come in and get the evening ticket, which allows you to enter the park after 5 p.m. So right now I am at Tomorrowland Terrace. They have a lot of burger options here, but there are also chicken nuggets and a special Halloween drink, so that is what I got. I really like chicken nuggets. And the chicken nuggets that they have here are Mickey shaped, so I really wanted to try them. And then there's also the drink, which is a passion fruit flavored Coke. It sounded really interesting. Yeah, so I got this. It's located right across from the Baymax ride, and then also across from the Big Pop store. I'm also only like a third of the way around the park. I'm trying to be a little bit more selective on what I eat so that I can show you guys a wider range of options. So first, this is the passion fruit Coke. Oh, okay, this is really sweet, but it tastes exactly like the name of it. It tastes like Coke with passion fruit syrup in it. And there's also some really sweet passion fruit jelly at the bottom. I think that's mainly what the sweetness is coming from, but if you try to avoid the jelly, this is a really good drink overall. Really good fruity Coke flavor. So now let's try the chicken nuggets. Oh. The chicken nuggets are surprisingly good. They're kind of reminiscent of McDonald's nuggets, except they're not as crispy as the ones that I had before, but they're actually pretty juicy, really tender, really good flavor. I think they season these really well. Yeah, these are surprisingly good nuggets. right now we are at Toontown. I went to the cafe here, and then I got another jelly drink. This one has tapioca and milk apparently in it. Huh? I think that's what the creamy part on top is. And then I got another bun. So this one is a shrimp cutlet bun. I think it's pretty similar to the chicken one, except this one has a shrimp patty in it. And then there's also a different kind of sauce. Let's try the drink first. Oh, this is good. Yeah, there's a very strong raspberry or berry flavor to this. It's pretty sweet actually. And the little red things that were on top before, I thought they were popping boba, and I'm personally not a fan of popping boba, but surprisingly it isn't. This is actually chewy tapioca balls, so I really like this one a lot. It's not as creamy as the Baymax Ramune drink, but I guess it works. This is pretty good. I think the one common problem or complaint that I have with all these special limited edition jelly drinks is that if you drink the drink with the jelly inside of it, it becomes way too sweet. But if you drink the drink alone and not really get the jelly in it, then I think it's the perfect level of sweetness. Yeah, if you don't really like your drinks too sweet, then I would recommend just trying to drink the top layer of them only. Alright, yeah, so this is the bun here. So the bun is actually pretty good. The patty itself is still really crispy, the panko breading on the outside. I actually got this sandwich a while ago, but it's still pretty crispy right now. And then the shrimp flavor is really strong. There's some nice snappy shrimp on the inside. I don't particularly care for the sauce though. It's just a little bit too tangy for me. I think that's just a personal preference, but the sandwich is still really good. I originally came here with the very ambitious goal of eating everything at Disneyland. I have been here for 4 hours now, and I don't think I'm gonna really accomplish that goal, but my new revised goal is to instead try at least one thing from every food stand, restaurant stall that I pass by here. And it's been about 4 hours now. I have 8 hours left until the park closes, and I think I am halfway through the park right now. I am kind of by It's a Small World, so yeah, let's see what else I can find. So this is the Tipo Torta. The outside is some kind of like flaky pastry, and then the inside is some kind of sweet cream filling. There were two flavors this time. There was a sweet potato and a chocolate. I got the sweet potato one because I think this is the seasonal flavor for Halloween. So I already ate some of this.
Oh well.
But it's actually pretty good. The outside is really flaky. It's a tad dry though. The inside is basically a really sweet potato puree, and I think it's pretty good overall. If you like flaky things, this is definitely for you. And then it's located at a stand right in front of It's a Small World. So yeah, and I feel like there's always a line there because they think this is a very popular Tokyo Disney item. So you should definitely try this when you're here.
Look at this distinguished gentleman. Yes, very distinguished. I see.
Another tip for Disneyland, probably most of you know that Japan is very cash-based. But at least in Disneyland, everything is really card forward. Card is actually the preferred form of payment here versus cash, so you don't have to worry about bringing a whole lot of cash with you when you come into the parks. You can pay for everything with card, and then you're basically set. I made it to Pecos Bill Cafe. They have these maple pumpkin churros, and then there are also some kind of tropical fruit sparkling jelly drink, and then they also have a pork rice roll. So I only got the churro because I tried the pork rice roll already, and it honestly was not very good. The pork was very salty, and the rice was really plain. So it wasn't really that great of a combo. It was also very oily, so I would not recommend getting that, but I got a maple pumpkin churro, which is another seasonal flavor for Halloween. And I have not had a churro here yet, so excited to try it. All right. it's not bad. It has a very strong maple and pumpkin flavor, actually. So I guess that's good because that's what the flavors are. It is slightly dry. It's not too sweet, which I'm surprised about. Yeah, I don't think this is my favorite flavor churro because I don't like maple flavored things. So if you are someone who does like maple flavored stuff, then this is definitely for you. But yeah, I'm not personally a fan. I also didn't get the jelly drink because I have decided to cool down on the drinks.
I'm a little bit drunk.
I've had a lot of them so far, and this one wasn't the most interesting one, so yeah, decided not to get that. But I guess I'll see if I see any other jelly drinks that I might want to get down the line. I have just acquired the Teriyaki Chicken Leg. This is located at a stand in Adventureland near the Polynesian area. And I wasn't too sure if I was gonna get this at first, but when I passed by, there was a really long line of people there waiting for this. There's one thing that I learned since living in Japan is that Japanese people are completely fine waiting in line for food if it's good food. So I have high expectations for this to be good. Yeah, I've also heard before that Disneyland doesn't have turkey legs, but instead they have chicken legs. I don't know if that's entirely true because I did pass by a stand that had smoked turkey legs earlier. So maybe they added them recently or maybe it's a seasonal item, I'm not sure. But they definitely have turkey legs right now. Yeah, I didn't get that because it was pretty big and I'm not really a big fan of turkey. But this teriyaki chicken leg, hopefully I liked it. Okay, so it's not bad. I feel like the teriyaki flavor in this isn't that strong. It's also not as juicy as I was expecting it to be because the wrapper is very wet, so it just might be oily. The chicken itself is actually pretty tender though, so I think that's good. Yeah, maybe I'm just not used to Japanese teriyaki because I lived in Seattle for the past 3 years and Seattle teriyaki is apparently pretty different from Japanese teriyaki. So maybe I'm more used to like the really sweet kind of garlicky kind. But I feel like this teriyaki is okay. It's not that strong. Yeah, I feel like the teriyaki sauce used in this is a lot more soy and mirin forward. It's not that sweet. It's more savory. So yeah. But the chicken itself is pretty tender, so I think if you want good chicken, then this is probably good for you. Also, fun fact while I eat this chicken. So apparently Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea aren't owned and operated by Disney or the Walt Disney Company. It's actually leased and run by a different company. I don't know why that is so, and I don't know what implications there are in regards to like how different Tokyo Disney Sea and Tokyo Disneyland policies are to American Disney. But yeah, that's a fun trivia fact. If anyone knows why that is the case, definitely let me know down in the comments because why bother Googling this when you can ask strangers online, right? So I think I'll finish up the chicken and then I'll see what else there is to eat in Adventureland. So I got another sparkling drink. Surprise! This one is orange with tea jelly. And the tea jelly interested me, which is why I got it. And I think this is probably the last thing that I will get here, or drink here, eat here. It's getting kind of late, and I think things are starting to close at the park, so this might be the last one. This one is really interesting. There's tea jelly at the bottom, and then they put the straw through a whole entire mandarin orange. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So as you can see, it is very windy right now, and it's getting dark, so I will try to finish this drink quickly. Okay, so yeah, the drink is pretty good, but I think as I said before with all these sparkling drinks, it's really sweet at the bottom. The jelly is incredibly sweet. I guess it's just jelly with syrup and soda water, so maybe that might be why. And I've stirred it pretty well enough already, but it's still overpowering with the sugar. Yeah, maybe when the ice melts it'll be a lot better, but I think the flavor is good. It is just very sweet, so you should go in knowing that before you get it. So I think unfortunately I wasn't able to try most of the like sit-down restaurants because there were a lot of people. I don't know what's going on this Tuesday, but there were a lot of people waiting in line for all of those restaurants, and usually you would have to get a reservation. The last time I came to the park, there wasn't really anyone here at all, so I was able to just walk right in. I wasn't able to try those this time around, but if you guys enjoyed this video, then let me know, and I will try to make reservations for those places next time. And yeah, I think the last tip that I had here would be before before you come to one of the parks, you should definitely download the Disney Resort app. So it works for both Disney Sea and Disneyland. It shows you a map of the park, and then you're able to see the amusement rides, the restaurants, the shops, and everything there. You're able to check the menus of the restaurants. I think the menus are actually only in Japanese though, so you might have to screenshot it and then put it through Google Translate, but I think it's still a pretty good resource to know what you want to eat before you actually come here. You can check the times for when the restaurants close. You can check when the rides close as well. So I think overall, it's a pretty useful app. You're also able to make reservations for the restaurants too, and you're also able to get standby passes. So yeah, you can basically do everything in the app, so definitely make sure to download it before you come here. So I was wrong. I ended up getting hungry, so I came to the China Voyager, which has like ramen noodles. There was a really long line of people there, so I thought, well, if there are people waiting, it must be good, right? That didn't really work out too well for the chicken, but I have high hopes for this because everything looks pretty good. So I got the mango pudding. It comes in a Donald Duck mold, which I guess is pretty cute. I hope it's good. And then I also got the black pepper pork ramen. It looks pretty good as well. It also comes with a giant slab of pork in it, so it's pretty cool. Oh, okay. The broth is actually pretty flavorful. It is a tad salty, but I think overall that's pretty solid. I'm pretty surprised that ramen at Disneyland is so good, but I mean, it is Japan, so. And I guess the noodles are actually pretty standard. They taste pretty similar to other noodles that you can find at ramen shops here. And let's try this giant slab of pork. So, I mean, I think the flavor is really good, but the part that I ate was entirely fat, and I don't really like eating just fat, so that was not a pleasant surprise, but that part was actually just really tender, so I think that was still pretty good. Yeah, so the part I just got was a larger chunk of the actual meat, and that was actually really tender. It was really nice. And there's a pretty strong black pepper flavor because this is a black pepper pork ramen, so yeah, I think overall this is a very solid bowl of ramen. I think that the one downside though is that this is actually pretty expensive for a bowl of ramen here. I think just this bowl of ramen was 1,200 yen, but you can get Michelin starred ramen for less than that outside in Tokyo. So I think if you really want your ramen fix here in Disneyland, then go here. But if you are able to wait for it when you leave outside and go back into Tokyo City, then you should probably wait until you get there first. So now let's try the mango pudding. Oh, whoa. Okay, yeah, I made that face because I was not expecting the texture. It is definitely softer than most of the mango puddings I had before. It's very smooth, creamy, kind of like melt in your mouth. It's not very hard. It doesn't have any structure like jello or anything like that. It's just very soft. But honestly, the flavor is very good. You can taste the mango flavor. It's slightly tart, it's not too sweet. I think overall, this is a very good mango pudding. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend going to China Voyager. They seem to have very good food, and it looks like a lot of people go there. So yeah, if you definitely have any ramen cravings, anything like that when you're at Disneyland, definitely check this place out.